Greetings everyone, I'm joined here today with 𝘾𝙤𝙢𝙚, also known as MKA. He's the biggest Mortal Kombat project entertainer, with over 29,000 subscribers as of making of this interview. So 𝘾𝙤𝙢, could you tell us a bit about yourself and how you got started with creating Mugen videos?
Well, hello everyone. First of all, biggest MKP entertainer. I mean, that's a very nice compliment there. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, thank you for that. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, I'm MKA. I make videos on YouTube, primarily focused on Mortal Kombat, specifically MKP, MK Project. How I've started this channel. You can think of it as a spiteful beginning, to be honest. It's not a good beginning, but back in the early days of YouTube, 10 plus years ago when I first started my channel, MKP was quite popular back then, even back then. But what I remember was that back then people would make videos on MKP, but never include a download link in the videos. And I don't know if it's a problem in like your community, in Mugen, like in general, but MKP, it was a very big problem. Yeah, where you would see amazing videos of these amazing MKP games, but no link. So, look, I was pissed. Okay, 12-year-old me was pissed. So I joined YouTube with a revenge story of wanting to just, show these people that, hey man, make these videos, but add links to these games or to these videos. So my channel started off as MK in general, and I would have gameplay there as well as links to the ROMs, and then I slowly started to move into MKP, which would also have done links as well. So yeah, that's when my channel started. Quite a funny beginning, but here we are now, right?
Really good intention, which is why I believe that it actually started on a good note, because you had really good intention. You suggested to everyone something that benefited the community, so I'd say it's actually a really good thing that we have you. So what drew you?
It was very good.
What drew you to focus on the Mortal Kombat project within the Mugen community?
Oh, so funny enough, right? When I was first starting my channel stuff, I had no idea what Mugen was. I only knew MK Project. Like even today, like 13, 12 plus years later, I didn't even know what JUS Mugen was until you messaged me. Like, JUS Mugen? What was that? I had to look up what it meant. No, yeah, I had no idea. So I guess like JUS Mugen is like Jump All-Star Mugen, right? Something like that, based on the Nintendo game.
Well,
right?
You actually surprised me, because MKP and JUS are probably the most popular genres in the Mugen. Because if you check, for example, I'll just give an example, Mugen Goku, something like that, you might stumble upon videos with millions of views. Like, it's super popular.
Yes.
Same as Mortal Kombat Project is super popular. But I'm surprised, because it kind of means that the two communities are so detached from each other, which is funny.
Oh, 100%. I was gonna say, like, MKP, like the community, we are so like detached from Mugen in general. In fact, like, I'm pretty sure that we as MKP, like, we are kind of hated by the Mugen community because of the amount of drama that happens in our community. It's a mess. But I guess to go back into the question that you asked me, I didn't know Mugen. My love for Mortal Kombat kind of brought me to MKP, not Mugen specifically. It was after playing MKP and then learning the engine and then making games for it is when I eventually learned that there's a whole bigger community outside of this. You know what I mean?
So, what's your creative process like when producing Mugen content?
Oh, well, for me, I do all sorts of content. I do gameplay playthroughs, you know what I mean, which has down links, as said before. I do live streams every week. I also do reviews / showcases on people's characters, games, and stages. So pretty much everything MKP, I do, all that.
How much time and effort typically goes into creating one of your videos?
So usually a playthrough so I'm not gonna lie, look, I've played MKP for a very long time, right? I still suck ass at it. I am not good at the game at all. So when I do like a playthrough, it'll take me like an hour and a half to do a full playthrough. Very long time. So that would be like a playthrough video. But if I was to do like a proper video, like a showcase or review video, those take a lot more time. That's when I really test my ability on editing and stuff, where I would take, let's say, half a day to edit a whole review, where I would play the game, you know, think of my thoughts on it, and then record my voiceover for the review, and then record each gameplay clip to fit my voice and the music, all that stuff. It's a lot. It's fun though, but yeah, it's very hard work.
Hopefully everyone appreciates you for the hard work that you provide everyone. How do you interact with your audience, and what role do they play in shaping your content or your whole YouTube channel?
Oh, I feel like a lot of like us Mugen guys can really relate to this, where it's like our content really does rely on the community, right? Of course, right? Because they make the characters, the stages, the games, and we just cover it. We make videos, playthroughs, showcases, all that stuff. For us, you know, the MKP community, we are really small, tightly packed. So we all pretty much know each other, all friends, sometimes enemies, unfortunately. But yeah, so friends kind of, you know, see each other games, they see each other characters for them to cover and stuff. For me personally, I have a community on Discord, which helps a lot in that. You know, they send me their games, their characters and stuff, and I would cover that. Or I just, you know, see what's going on in forums. I know that Mugen Archive is pretty big when it comes to, you know, showing off characters and stuff. I would go on there to see if there's any cool stuff on characters and stages. But yeah, we rely heavily on fans and just the whole creators to really make content for us to cover. So appreciate that for them.
Yeah, also interesting you stated enemies. I guess every community has individuals who they dislike.
Yeah, pretty much. It's unfortunate, but you know, it's when you gather 1,000 people in one room, you know what I mean? Eventually there will be hates, no matter what you do. Whether it's a group of like peaceful people, eventually they will have some sort of different views of life, and they'll, yeah, it is what it is, right? But it's fine.
I mean, as long as you can kind of put your differences aside and focus on the community and the love for Mugen, but
for sure,
that's
for
difficult
sure
to really do. Have you received any particular? Right. Sorry.
No, you are right though. You are right. It's like we do. I mean, yes, we have enemies, but you know, in the end, we're all one big community, and we all create for this community. So, yeah, we're all good.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Have you received any particularly interesting or memorable questions or comments from your fans that you'd like to share?
I mean, look, there's some are weird, some are really weird. You know, when you put your face out there, you get weird comments like that. I'll leave it at that. You know what I mean? But I guess the most interesting comment that I've gotten, which was from a Q&A, so I've already got this question and answered it myself already. But what's a game from the community that you hate the most? Now, that's a question that makes you really think. Like hate, like, you know, hate's a very strong word, obviously, but for me, the game is called MKP New Era. Now, the fact that I have to name this on this interview, this game, is kind of saddening. But this game pretty much adds in all these different characters like Michael Jackson, Lionel Messi, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Mario into MKP. And that I'm not a fan of. I feel like Mugen also has this problem, you know what I mean? We're just adding so many all these characters, different characters in one game. But in MKP, it happens too.
Do people consider screen packs as games, or do people usually like get an empty screen pack and then add their own individual characters that they want? Or do people mostly download finished screen packs?
That's the thing. There is no screen packs in MKP. That's not a thing. There's either compilations where it's like, you know, people edit slightly and all that stuff and add in all these different characters from different creators, or there's full games. There's no like empty screen pack like in Mugen, which is kind of interesting actually. Even life bars, you know what I mean? Life bars is a very rare thing in MKP. No one creates life bars in this community. It's kind of weird, right? It's like such a basic thing, a feature of Mugen that we don't have as well. It's really weird.
Interesting, so it's kind of like super strict. You are not as open as the other Mugen communities where everyone can really customize their own experience with the screen pack, with the characters they want in their roster, the life bars, stages, but it's not the same with MKP. I guess it's more limited by you're kind of stuck with the life bar that the one who provided the screen pack is like kind of forcing you to use that specific life bar or those specific characters.
I don't think it's because of the engine MKP being limited in of itself. It's still very much open like Mugen. I think it's a lack of creators who are willing to create screen packs and life bars and stuff. People just tend to stick to the original MKP screen pack and original MKP life bars. So if you do make, you know, your own screen pack for your game, people would rather just take that one. You know what I mean? They rather take someone else's screen pack than make their own one, if that makes sense. So like for my game, I have my own life bars and screen pack, and you know, and all that stuff. And people would rather take my game and use that as their main, like as their base for their game, rather than making their own new screen pack and life bar.
Gotcha. Who's your favorite MKP character creator?
Oh, character creator. Oh, okay. There's a lot. There's a lot. If I was to name my favorite MKP creator, period, it'll definitely be 𝙁𝙤𝙢𝙗𝙁. He's a very good character creator as well. I'll also put him there as well as a character creator. But like, if I was to ask you, Leon, like, who would you say is like the main JUS Mugen creator, like the big guy?
We don't really have the biggest one. We have like top people, and usually people have their own favorites because one focuses, let's say, on Dragon Ball characters, one focuses on, like, I guess more generally anime characters with super high quality.
Yeah.
One kind of focuses on making his characters similar to Dragon Ball Fighters style, if you're familiar with that video game.
Yeah.
So I guess it's really subjective, honestly. Like any person I ever spoke with has their own favorite creator. I don't think we have in the JUS community one that's the biggest one. I guess one name that jumps to my mind is Revelio, but like he isn't the one that has the most amount of subscribers. He's just the one that I guess people consider the best one. But again, like on the other hand, for me personally, it's someone whose name is Michael Tutu is my favorite one. Others consider someone who retired dry Mugen as the best one. I mean, it's very difficult to say.
But that makes sense, right? There's so many different characters and different styles. Obviously, there'll be so many other big creators, right? In MKP, it's very different. We owe everyone in the community in MKP owes their thanks to 𝙁𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙗𝙁 because he essentially made the MK project engine, right? So without him, we can't really do, like, we have no engine to work with. He's the reason why we have, you know, all these cool Mortal Kombat fatalities, like systems and stuff, and all this combo systems and stuff. He is the main guy. So that's the reason why he's my favorite creator of all time, right? But if I was to, like, I guess go ahead.
For context, for those listening, I guess a good comparison is in the JS community. There is an individual called Michael 888. Everyone who are into the JUS community knows about him. He is the one who pretty much created the JUS genre for Mugen, because he created a very specific style of characters that will always have 6 specials, 1 ultimate, and spamming A, B, or C has specific attacks. And after Michael created that genre, everyone started to pretty much create characters, JUS, in the same style as him, meaning that every character will have 3 buttons that are attacks, 6 specials, and an ultimate. Sometimes people kind of go outside the box and maybe add even supers, maybe like dashes and more stuff, but Michael 888 is like the grandfather of the JUS. He's the one who created that genre that everyone creates characters in the same style for it, similarly to how he oh my god, his name popped from my head. The MKP one created one style,
Borg,
and
yeah.
everyone are mimicking his style.
Yeah. So I guess, is he still around, by the way? Michael 888? Is
He's
he
not.
retired? Or?
He never announced that he retired or anything. He probably still lures from time to time in communities, but yeah, I haven't heard from him in like 2 years, I believe.
Oh, that's a very long time, to be honest. Oh, at least with Borg, yeah, Borg is still part. Borg is still active with us. He's still very much part of the community. Thankfully, because without him, we can't have any updates to the engine, right?
Wait, how come though? Doesn't anyone else like try and create their own engine or try to update themselves? Do everyone really rely that much on Bog?
Yeah, we do, because I mean he's just so talented. He is extremely talented, and it took him many years to get to this point, you know, this point for the engine, and he's the only one with that talent and with that time. There are people who are talented as well in the community who I believe can really do the same thing as Borg, but it's a matter of having the motivation, inspiration, and time as well. So yeah, I guess, plus like, why also make a new engine if we have MKP already? That's already really good, right?
So the latest version is the MKP 2.9, right?
That'll be the second to last version. The newest version, or the latest version we have right now, is MKP Season 2 Final.
Ah, no, yeah, I forgot it's called, it's season final. So, but you had that for like 3 years, I believe now, right?
Yeah. Borg is currently, he is working on his own project now, so he's so talented. He's making MKP the engine for the community, as well as his own game as well, MK Shinobi, which is on a different level to everyone else. I'd recommend anyone watching, if you really want to get into MKP, look into MK Shinobi first, and you'll be very surprised on what it does.
Alright, interesting. For everyone interested, high recommendation to check it out as well. So tell me, who's your favorite MKP character?
Oh, okay. So I can do a cop-out answer, you know, and just name my Mortal Kombat character favorite one, which is Scorpion, right?
You
very
can
basic.
do that actually if you want,
but,
like if you genuinely believe in this one.
But I can, but I feel like if someone asks me my favorite MKP character, I'd probably name an OC, you know what I mean? Which would definitely be Nightmare, which is just, funny enough, it's just Scorpion, but bloody. Like he has a bloody palette, like a bloody costume, and new moves. Nightmare, he's unoriginal, but he has a special place in my heart because he's the first ever OC that I played with when I was a kid. So yeah, definitely put him up there, Nightmare.
So you wouldn't put Destiny up there, right?
Destiny, no, that's too biased. That's a biased answer. Destiny is my character. I love her to bits, but it's too easy. It's an easy answer.
Alright, so what's your opinion on the female ninjas that were made by Team A?
What? Hold up. You guys know Team A?
Yeah,
like,
well, I mean,
is he popular?
I mean, I personally know about him, but maybe less of my viewers and community.
Okay, he's infamous, definitely. His quality is honestly bar none. He in terms of 3D models, no one in the community is like him. He's very talented in that regard. But his female characters are very funny. You know, they have over 18 fatalities. Let's just say that. Okay, yeah, that I cannot say on YouTube, else we get demonetized. But I guess if I was to summarize my thoughts on his characters, and you know, female characters as well, very high quality, definitely. The moves, the animations, the sprites, very high quality. My only issue is that it looks so different. The models that are and the sprites look so different from everything else, that it stands out too much. You know what I mean? Because it's not a consistent sprite design. So I wouldn't put it personally in my project, but I do see the quality and work that Team A puts in its characters.
Yeah, and they're really fun, and they have a lot of distinct like stuff. They have brutalities. They have. Are they the one that have boobality? I don't remember, or is it?
Yeah, they do. They have everything. Boobality. They have the more crazy stuff.
So I'm personally am not a fan of those because I think it's kind of like like it doesn't fit, but whatever. I guess for the pervy individuals who are into that.
Yep.
So what would you like to see in the future from MKP?
In the future for MKP, I feel like this answer can be used for like anyone, not just MKP, but for you guys too. You know, JUS Mugen in general, and the one word I would say is innovation. Right? Any sort of innovation in this community would be amazing. Now we do have that already. Most recently, Mugen Hawk. I don't know if you heard of that before. You probably have, right?
Actually, didn't.
Oh, okay. It's probably the latest and greatest innovation in Mugen thus far. It's a plugin that you install into Mugen, which adds in entirely brand new features that are so easy to add in and easy to change that anyone can really just add it in and do whatever they want with it.
What does it do?
Again, if you're looking to, it does everything. It adds new, it adds, I don't know. There are so many features to it that I'd recommend rather people look at it on YouTube rather than me explaining it, because there's so much new features to it. Like, I guess for example, you can edit hard-coded text. Like, you know, for example, in the options menu, right? It shows you, you know, up, down, A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and start. You can rename those to fit whatever you want for your game, if that makes sense.
Oh, wow, okay, that's interesting. I actually thought you meant more of like features of like a pause menu, something that 𝙁𝙤𝙢𝙗 has, if you're familiar with 𝙁𝙤𝙢𝙗. I'm pronouncing 𝙁𝙁𝙢𝙗 incorrectly, but yeah, you probably know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't want to say the name as well, because it also means something as well, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But a pause menu, that doesn't have it. Although MKP has pause menu, but not Mugen Hawk, if that makes sense. Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to start creating content in the Mugen community or on YouTube in general?
Oh, well, I guess it depends on what you're looking for. I think for everyone, just do it. Just start it, you know. What's stopping you? If you have the drive for it, if you want to start, just do it. You know what I mean? If you're doubting yourself, there's no reason to. I believe that if you start it, you can keep going, and whether it grows or doesn't, just have fun with it. You know what I mean? For me, YouTube started as a hobby, not as something that I looked into going for, if that makes sense. As long as you're having fun, the content will get better over time. And depending on what you're doing, like for example, if you want to do like a simple playthrough, you may think that, oh, so many of these guys are making playthroughs, why should I do it? Well, do it anyway. Why not? If you want to add your own spin to it, maybe do some commentary, do live streams, do anything. If you want to start it, like I said, just do it.
I agree with everything you said, and I support that. Yeah, just like Shia LaBeouf behind a green screen once said, just do it.
Yes, just do it. I love that.
And lastly, what can we expect from you in the future?
Oh, well, it's a new year, 2024. Expect the same exact thing from me. I don't plan to change anytime soon. You know, my content has been the same for the last 13, 12, 11-ish years, however long it's been. Playthroughs, showcases, reviews of MKP games, live streams, all that jazz.
Awesome. Well, a YouTube link for 𝘾𝙤𝙢𝙢𝙗's channel will be down in the description. I highly recommend everyone to not just check his channel out, but to check MKP, Mortal Kombat project in general. It's a very cool, distinct, unique genre that has its own dedicated community. And MKA has a lot to provide when it comes to information, or if you need to download an already finished project or game screen pack. So everything that you need to get started, 𝘾𝙤 will provide you with that. So, like I said,
Indeed.
link will be down in the description. And
Well, yeah, thank you much, man.
yeah,
Love it.
it was a huge honor having you here.
Nah, no worries, man. I had a blast. I had a blast. I loved it. Thank you for having me.
And with everything said, I wish upon everyone to have a wonderful day.